Hi, this is SwingBy, where I do predictions of the future. If you like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. We're just waiting for people to come into the chat. Excellent times. Here in Canada, we have our new conservative leader, Pierre Palivert. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The next little while is going to be torturous saying his last name if we do readings on him. And many things going on around the world. But today's show, we're talking about Bitcoin, oil, inflation, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin versus the US dollar. So let's have a look at the first thing as we're waiting for people to come in. Make sure that you're asking many questions as we move along here. We're waiting for more and more people to come into the chat. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin. We got Marlon on deck and Brad's here. Awesome. And we got the favorite Pop Rocks. Hello, Pop Rocks. With all those many wonderful questions that they have. Okay, let's get into the Bitcoin today. Everything's popping in the crypto market today. And they say this is the bull run moving forward. So let's have a look, a little bit closer look at the market today. The Bitcoin market anyways. It seems that the health of everything, it's the end of a cycle. All that hard work that was happening behind the scenes, okay, tens are always the end of a cycle. So you're learning how to do tarot cards as we go along here. So all that hard work is coming to an end, and we're going to be paying off dividends at the end of that chapter. We got the Queen of Pentacles at the very end of the chapter. So everything is going to be very nice. I don't think that there might be still some dips coming up because of markets doing this and that. And we're still attached to the S&P 500 and the regular stock market. Unfortunately, we're still lockstep with them. So expect some more things to happen. It's probably going to be going down as soon as the old system starts to collapse even more and more as we going along. But overall, I think it's going to be more and more bullish going forward. The financial part of everything, all those naysayers are going to be turned on their head in the next little while. Just looking at the chat here. Pay attention, Andre. All those naysayers of the cryptocurrency market are basically turning on their heads as the everything starts to blossom into a new life, as we were kind of expecting here on this channel with the Ethereum 2.0 coming up very soon. It's what's the date today? The 11th today. Happy 9/11. That everything is going to start to ride the coattails of the excitement of the Ethereum 2.0 system coming into play. For the people that are involved, I think everybody was a little sad and emotional about the cryptocurrency market doing those knee-jerk reactions that I always warn you against. Okay, so there's that. So everybody previously was, I don't want Bitcoin anymore because it's going down. And they sold it at a lower cost and lost a lot of money by doing so. Instead, they should have been buying, okay, as we always say here on this channel. But the people who have been staying into the market, they're going to be celebrating. We got that party scene going on. Yay! Everybody's going to be excited. We're going to be jumping for joy for a little while anyways, as the cryptocurrency markets are all over the road for the next little while. But I think we're going to be riding up a little bit, or quite a bit actually, with the Ethereum 2.0 thing going on at the moment. Okay, let's look at the next thing. Oil and gas. Now, energy, and this is how they're trying to keep control of us, is through oil and gas and other energies to keep everything moving around the planet. And they're trying to keep control of that, so we're beholden to the governments of the world, where we still need them to protect us from themselves. So let's have a look at the oil and gas situation moving forward. Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse as we move into the winter season? Okay. And make sure, if you want to ask a question, a yes/no question are always fun, because we're going to have fun with our pendulum, which we bought not that long ago, and have some fun with that as well moving forward. So oil and gas, it seems that the health of this, we're going to be seeing a little bit of, this is the health of the situation. We're going to have little victories along the way with that price as governments kind of go, well, okay, I guess we'll open up the oil and gas trade again and start pumping our own gas out of our own ground. But this is not for some time, maybe a little, not a full year, but 8-9 months from now, they're going to start doing that. Okay, and it's a lot to do with manipulation on the government side. Okay, they're trying to make it look worse than it actually is, getting everybody into panic, getting everybody to praise the emperor, basically, and then they're going to be controlling everything behind the scenes. But I think many of the elites are starting to run away, and now that we have King Charles in charge, I've been watching some clips on him, and it's going to be interesting. Okay, at least we now have a king that we can criticize openly. Anyways, oil and gas, the money is going to be coming back. We're into the betterment in about a year or so from now, as regulations come in, and we start pumping our own. Even in Canada, we have a ton of gas, oil and gas in Alberta, and I think there's going to be a big pump in Alberta and Texas and many of the Western countries. We do have the means to do so, because those friendships that we're having in the Middle East are starting to sour. Okay, when I saw Putin high-fiving the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia a couple of years ago now, I knew something was up. Okay, and that was during a G7 summit, I think, or something like that, G20. That's when I go, oh, something's happening. And this is where we're going to see a lot of the Middle Eastern countries start to give the middle finger to the North American empire going forward. So there's that. And that was by design, anyways, that would happen. The people that are involved in it, they're going to be charging forward with many of the new ideas like pumping our own gas, oil and gas in the next year or so. As we got the chariot moving forward, and things are going to be fine. And now they're going to have to come up with some reason to pump that gas and oil for obvious reasons. Well, it is an obvious reason, but now they're going to be hinting at a war with China, which it's neither here nor there. It's just another boogeyman that they're trying to do. And now they're doing in the little slim snippets in the news that the new boogeyman is the space aliens that are going to be attacking us. that sort of thing. So they're just reaching for any boogeyman that they can hang on to keep us scared and compliant to everything going forward. Okay, let's look at the next thing. Empire token. Somebody was asking that question. I think they asked it again in the chat. I think I saw it zipping by.
2023 was asking about.
2023. What will Empire token look like in 2023? Okay. We do try to get to every question that you ask as best as we can. Now, Empire token seems to be a little rough in the beginning. Okay, and it's going to be, this is the health of this particular cryptocurrency. There's going to be a lot of work, and people are going to be a little worn out, as we see by the guy in the picture. And they're going to be taming that for the next little while. This is the next year or so, 2023, up to, from now to up to 2023. And they're going to be taming that lion or that situation. But unfortunately, the end result is it's going to be turned on its head for some reason. So something that'll happen between now and 2023. It's going to be, they're working a lot, but it's not going to be paying off many dividends. I'm not saying that the token is going to be disappearing or anything. It's just going to be having a hard time of it health-wise as they try to move forward. And it's probably because everybody's focused on other things at the moment. Money goes where focus is, right? Remember that. So the money, it's going to be okay. There's new partnerships. We got that 2 of Cups with the token, with other entities moving forward. Okay. And the end result is the Ace of Cups. Okay. And that's a very emotional situation. The money is going to be, well, not pouring out of the cup, but it's going to be much, much better. Even now they're having a lot of problems health-wise moving forward. And by 2023, I think it's going to be going up a little bit more than people had suspected with these new partnerships that they're working on. People that are involved with it. Of course, in the beginning of the year, or right now, we got that Wheel of Fortune. But at the end of the chapter, we got that Page of Cups. So it's going to do one of these and come down again. So nothing to really worry about. Just buy it on the low end. Sell it on the upper end. Not financial advice, of course. And you'll be just fine. Okay. So there's Empire token for the 2023. Somebody's asking the question about CAW. CAW. I'm not sure exactly what that is. There, we got the cards at the table. Card malfunction again. So let's have a look at the CAW token. Somebody was asking that question. So this will be for the year for this one. How is it going to do from now to 2023 and a little beyond that, a year's time from now? It seems that they're going to be working hard. They're going to be got their designs on many things beyond their purview at the moment, and it's going to do rather well for the next little while. This is the year in review coming up. Think of the Judgment card and a lot of the things that are going to be falling into place. You have to remember a lot of the updates and all that take time, and a lot of the time they'll say we're going to have this and that at this moment in time, and it never really happens on that. It's usually delayed by quite a bit going forward, as we noticed with Ethereum. Right, Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to be out in 2016, not 2022. So there's always a bit of a delay, a small one, right? Money-wise, in the beginning, it's going to be a little lackluster, and then they're going to be having some victories along the way. So there's some pumps coming up for this one, and then it's going to probably be going down for a little bit. Normal behavior. So if you're thinking of doing some trading with it, it may be a good trade for everybody out there. And the people that are involved in it are going to be okay with everything going on. And I think by the end of the year, we're going to be the Knight of Cups. So very emotional with the situation, charging forward into new territory for that particular cryptocurrency. So nothing huge going on with that one. Okay. Pretty good cards going forward. Now we got the Bitcoin versus the US dollar. How's that going to be shaping up? We know the US dollar is losing value by the second. Purchasing value. Okay, there's a difference between a dollar and the purchasing value of a dollar. Okay. Okay. So who's gonna win out overall? I think it's going to be the Bitcoin, of course, because it holds its value, and everything is pointing in the direction that Bitcoin is going to be surging quite a bit in the next little while. It's going to be having those bumps and dumps along the way, but overall, if you look at the end of the book, Bitcoin is always the winner every time you look at that chapter. I think the US dollar is not having the best of times in the moment, and it will be changing. It's going to be reformatting itself. It's going to be changing its form probably to the central bank digital currency in some way, in some state. And there's a new thing that'll happen. Not all states are going to have the CBDCs. Probably Texas is going to carry on with the US dollar, and it's going to be all over the world, all over the road on who's going to be having what. So CBDCs will be a thing, but it's still the same bullshit as the fiat currency. It's just fiat currency in a new form. Okay. And it's not going to be helping out anything. It's going to be prolonging the pain for a short period of time for everybody. But I think the everybody's going to be realizing that Bitcoin is the way to go, and this is going to take another year or so till people clue into that fact. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. I think we're into the chat now. Is it possible for me to reach ascended mastery in this lifetime? It's possible, okay? But if you're asking that question, it might not be your time, okay? I've met some people that could be considered ascended masters or very close, and they would not normally ask a question like that because they're on their path. And to become ascended master takes a lot of work and dedication, a lot of meditation. But let's just ask the pendulum if it is achievable for you. And it's saying yes. Okay. So there'd be some things that you might have to change with in your routines of your day. A lot more meditation, a lot more mindfulness, a lot more centering grounding, that sort of thing, surrounding yourself with white light and doing the work, psychic work or healing work, that sort of thing to move forward. But you have to do it where you not doing it to be a ascended master. You have to do it because it is what it is. Okay. We see a lot of people doing things not because out of kindness. Okay. They're doing it for a status. Okay. So you have to get into that mindset. You're just part of life. Okay. You can't get, I'm doing this to be this. It's just, good thing. My kung fu master back in the day, Grandmaster Simon, he didn't have to walk around with a T-shirt saying "I'm a Grandmaster of Kung Fu." He just was. Okay, there's a difference between somebody who keeps going around saying it and somebody who is it. He just was. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some food for thought. Okay, moving forward. Okay, thank you for that question. Will Luna Classic go back up? I lost pretty much what I gained. I'm nervous. I hadn't been paying attention with the Luna Classic. I think there's some news stories on it. Today I was looking a little bit. Let's just ask the pendulum. So this is for your losses. Depending when you got it, I don't think you're going to be getting those. It is saying yes, but it's going to be a very long period of time. It's going to go up and down and up and down all around as they try to implement many of the burning mechanisms on chain, not on in the exchanges. They can't do it on the exchanges because that's not online. Okay. Like Binance was saying today, that they'll try to implement it, the burning mechanism, but only on the stuff that's off or on chain and not on their platform. And people are kind of getting pissed off at that. You have to remember, exchanges are not part of the chain necessarily. That's the internal ecosystem. Okay, so when they send money out of Binance ecosystem, then it is taxed. When stuff comes into Binance, then it'll be taxed. Not when you're moving things within Binance. Okay, so just remember that. If you're keeping your funds on an exchange, it's not necessarily online or on chain. Okay, so just remember that moving forward. And it's going to take a lot longer than people were thinking. We'll probably get to that penny soon, but not to the dollars. And I forget what Luna Classic was at. It was like $100 or so at one moment in time. I don't think you're going to get to that for quite some time. Okay, but yeah, you're going to be getting it back, just not immediately. Okay, thank you for that question. Should we buy BTC?
Yes, the hard questions.
Yes, the hard questions. Because we barely get any now, and with alts, you can then get a lot and make more money. Yeah, buy BTC. It's going to go up. A lot of the altcoins, you can buy a lot of it, and some of them will rocket up. But if you got BTC, it's a more stable cryptocurrency overall. I would suggest, if you're looking at altcoins, get my finger in the right position, these are probably the ones that you should be looking at for the foreseeable future. Not some unknown cryptocurrency that nobody knows about. Has a chance of skyrocketing, may not. Okay. These are the probably the chosen ones by many institutions and banking and governments and celebrities and many other institutions to be the ones that they're going to be pouring a lot of their money into. Maybe we should start listening to that. Okay. So, if you have the means, maybe buy a little bit of each. Okay. Thank you for that question.
All right. Well, someone says your question is missed, but it's not there.
Keep trying. We were having some technical problems yesterday, so keep trying. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing. Hi, Andre. Sorry if this was asked before. Can you please provide some price targets for ZIL in 2023? I don't see exact prices, but I do know it's going to be going up. Okay. It is going to be one of the cryptocurrencies that is going to be surviving and thriving in the future. Okay. So if you're buying it at a low cost, like right now, okay, what do I always say? When everybody's afraid, be greedy. When everybody's greedy, be afraid. Put that on a sticky note. Put it on your forehead so you don't forget. Right now, everybody's afraid for Zilliqa. Okay, we already know it's going to survive. It's going to thrive. Everybody wants everything now. It doesn't work that way. Okay, unfortunately. So, I just buy it. Of course, not financial advice. Sit on it, put it on your trouser, and don't worry about it so much. Okay, it will go back up. Okay, thank you for that.
Sorry.
Dilly, will Hoard Crypto reach $15 US on the next 2 to 3 years? Hey. Hit myself in the eye with my own pendulum. Anyways, he likes doing the pendulum questions. Will Hoard reach $15 in the next 2 to 3 years? Yeah, it's saying yes. Will they be around for the 5 to 10 years? Okay. So it seems it's going to be, we got another yes for Dilly. $15 US in the next 2 to 3 years time period. And it's going to be around for 5 to 10 years from today. I'm thinking that it's going to be okay overall. I think that it's going to go through the changes that normally happen to a cryptocurrency going forward. And I'm picking up some pretty good vibrations from this cryptocurrency moving forward. Okay, thank you for that. XYO or AMP, which one is better long term? Okay. Like I always say, buy both. But if you need a winner, or as my wife's family says, a wiener, they're a fun bunch. Let's just have a look. They're both kind of in the same league. I think AMP is going to be marginally better than XYO. Okay, so if you're looking for a definite winner, I guess AMP would be the one to get into for the next little while. Okay, thank you for that. Well, Zilliqa is under a penny, I think. What else we got? Under a penny. You got, Well, Digibyte is a penny. You got Shiba Inu. That's another one. That's going to be around for quite some time. It's going to do well. You got the burning mechanism. All that sort of thing going on with it. So if you're looking for something under a penny, Shiba Inu. I can't think of any more that off the top of my head. That's under a penny. Okay, that's going to do really well in the next little while. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Will Shop token get to $1 by the end of 2022? Ooh. Well, we're getting a no on that one. Okay. Don't know much about Shop token. I think it's going to be around for. Oh, that's another yes/no question. Will it be around in 5-10 years? Yeah, it's going to be around in some form in that time. Probably not going to be used a lot in the next little while because everybody's attention is on these. Where attention is, that's where the money flows to. So keep this in mind as you're making your purchases. Of course, not financial advice. But it's going to have his place in the sun, under the sun, like everything else. Okay, thank you for that question.
What?
SwingBy. Didn't we do SwingBy?
Where we go? Damn it. Sorry.
We've done SwingBy before.
We did.
So he's asking $5 US or more in the next 2-3 years. Maybe. That's my Navy. Maybe. Will it be around in 5-10 years? No. So it might be a short-term cryptocurrency to keep your money into or do some trading with. You have to remember many cryptocurrencies are going to be going away. Okay, when all the dust settles. That's why I always kind of stress to keep into these cryptocurrencies as we move forward, because we know they're going to be stable and they're going to be around for quite some time. Anything like SwingBy, it's unknown for if they have the survivability. Things change. It's like the good old pot coin. Everybody was excited about pot coin, and then it went after a year or two. So that happens all the time in the cryptocurrency market. So SwingBy will be around for a short period of time. You can make some money with it, but not long term. Okay, thank you for that question. When do you see the change from the stock market to the cryptocurrency? You mean the separation? That's going to be around the Christmas season. Okay, thank you for that question. We've covered that many times already. Will altcoins decouple from BTC? Some have already done that. Many are holding on by the fingernails with BTC, trying to stay relevant. But some already have. But I don't see that change happening for another 2 to 3 years' time. Okay, when other cryptocurrencies have a life of their own, because we have to stop this thinking of one cryptocurrency to rule them all. There's going to be tons of cryptocurrencies that have different jobs. Okay, BTC is way different than Ethereum. Ethereum is the computer of the blockchain world. BTC does one thing and one thing well, and that it holds value much better than many other things. ETH We got the XRP between banks, and we have the chain link, which talks to everything at the same time. So we're going to start to see more and more cryptocurrency, the ones that do survive, decoupling from the BTC price in about 2 to 3 years time from now. Okay, thank you for that. How high can Shiba Inu be in 2025? I was seeing a penny in that time period. I think it lost another 0 or something not that long ago. It could be up to 2 pennies by then. The process is slow. I know everybody wants it now. We want the dollar. The dollar probably will happen a little after that 2025 period of time. Until that moment in time, it's going to be pennies. Up until 2024, it's going to be fractions of a penny, and then we're going to get to that penny, and then after 2025 sometime, it's going to get to that dollar. You have to remember there's a lot of Shiba Inu on the market. There's no scarcity with Shiba Inu at the moment, okay? Scarcity causes prices to go up because people want it, okay? And if there's a lack of it, then the price goes, okay? If there's an abundance of things, the price will keep down, right? So even with all that burning mechanism going on, it's going to take some time for there to be scarcity, okay? So it won't be till after 2025, that dollar. Okay, thank you for that. Marlon, hello. One chartist says BTC will go to 23,000, then drop back down. Double bottom, lower targets. Do the cards see that? Oh, it's I was seeing a triple bottom coming up. So it's already done 1, 2, and it's probably going to go and probably do one more in the next little while. We were talking about that last show. So yes, I did see that. But I don't think it's going to get as low as everybody's hoping for. I know they want 14,000 or 16 or whatever. I think we found the bottom. The people that are in Bitcoin and staying in Bitcoin have done just that. All the loose hands are gone. What we might see is people selling at the top and then waiting for the bottom. Then they'll buy at the bottom because that's what investors do, right? But let's throw some cards down to see what we got. So they're going to try to play the game, okay, of that lower low when it does happen. But for some reason, people are going to be more and more confused that they haven't achieved that bottom that everybody was looking for. I think in the last drop, we found the bottom. It might go a little lower than what it was, but I think we pretty much found it. And it's going to bounce off of that line again in the next month or so. Okay? And it's going to be all over the road anyway. So how long will it take for ETH to reach 12,000? Probably 2 to 3 years from now. And I'm being conservative. And I'm being generous on that because we were already picked up in the readings that there's going to be a bump all over the road. As they're trying to implement all the ETH 2.0 stuff, it's not going to be smooth. Okay, and in that transition between what it is now and that ETH 2.0, it's gonna have a lot of times when people get afraid, right? And what do you do when everybody's afraid? You get greedy, right? So everybody's, oh, it's not gonna work. You're gonna see a ton of YouTube videos on this, probably every time it drops. It's not gonna work. So everybody sells, right? And what are we gonna do? We're gonna buy. We scoop up the cheap ETH, and then it's gonna go up again. Oh, yay! Something's working, and then they're gonna. And this is gonna be normal procedure, moving into the new ETH 2.0. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of that moving into the next 2 to 3 years time. It's going to do well, but it's going to be a bumpy ride. And every time it dives, it's not working again. And everybody does the knee-jerk reaction, as they always do, and they sell. So the price is going to be like this for the next little while. And then there's going to be YouTube videos out there and stuff where ETH is too centralized because there's only 6 companies or something, four to 6 companies that hold 60% of the entire the scaling thing, not the scaling, the proof of, not proof of work, but proof of, what is it called?
Stake?
Proof of stake. Proof of stake is only going to be, the 60% of it is only going to be on 4 to 6 companies altogether, meaning that it's centralized. Okay. So that'll be an issue coming up very, very soon. It's too centralized. Get out of that market. We're going to see YouTube videos on that coming up. Maybe on the news a little bit. And people are going to panic and they're going to sell all their ETH and all that silliness going on. So when they do sell, be greedy. That's all there is to it. Okay? So it's going to be a while. Maybe 3 to 4 years from now, that'll hit that target. Okay, thank you for that, Ann. E-Gold. Okay. So, Elrond, her domino meowing. He's looking at the window, I think. Yeah. Anyways, I think the health of it is going to be okay. There's a lot of things that were happening with the platform not that long ago, and it's kind of making waves within their own community that things aren't working out as well as they could be, which is going to be making the price go down a little lower than normal. Okay, good buying opportunities for everybody out there. And by the end of they're going to be fixing many of that sort of thing going forward, and they're going to be trying to charge for it, but it's not going to be doing well. I think a lot of the people are going to be in this situation. This is the end of the chapter for the people. We got our favorite guy here. End of a cycle. So that's a 10 of swords with our favorite fella laying on his stomach with a bunch of things in his back. So you put the dots together. So there's going to be some good buying opportunities coming up. Probably it's the end of this. So this is what we're going to be going through for the next little while. And then when that's done, and then we're going to be charging forward. Okay. Yay. Knight of Swords. So another good buying opportunity moment for this particular cryptocurrency. Not financial advice, of course, but you do what you want to do. Okay. Thank you for that question. What do the cards say about Ronnard? He's supposed to be the ex-banker who worked for the elite high in the pyramid, stepped out, and now building a bank for the people. Huh. Never heard of this gentleman. Okay. Though somebody like that, I'd be very leery of. What's he doing? Okay. It's kind of like politicians. If you're listening to politicians and you're a little confused if they're telling the truth, I use the PAL system. Politicians always lie. So I think that goes with bankers too. But let's have a look.
Silly Dealy says proof of stake. I love steak.
Me too. Get it while you can. There's some things going to be happening very, very soon where you might not be able to get steak. So, at a good price. The health of this situation, there's right off the top, we got the black hat situation going on. This is my card for the black hats. And it's very prominent. It is chosen by the elites to be the thing, okay, for the people. So I'd be very leery of this situation going forward. I do more research before putting anything into this bank. There's probably some nefarious thing going on behind the scenes with this situation. The people that are, smoke and mirrors. That's not the Jedi's you're looking for. Little bit of trickery going on. And I think a lot of people are going to be falling for it. Of course, when the old banking system's not doing so well, you might want to go to the People's Bank and get fleeced as well. So careful out there. Okay? So thank you for that question. Greetings from Germany. Hello from Canada. Can you please do a quick read on the health and future prospects of Tron? Wow. Tron. I haven't heard about Tron in a long time. That's Mr. Sun's token, I think. Julian Sun or something. Which is now part of the Communist Party of China, and he went off to go do something else, and all kinds of wonderful things that he's doing. Okay, but getting back to Tron, the health of it seems to be okay. They got some Wheel of Fortune thing happening. They're positioning themselves to be not a long journey. It's going to be a very short journey for them moving forward. Money-wise, they're coming to an end of a cycle. It's our favorite guy laying in the dirt. I think it's going to right size itself because the only way they're going to be really making money is by going legit. Tron for the last little while has been not something that I would be interested in personally. And there's even still they're trying to go to legit. There's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes. So future prospects, you can get into it if you want to, but there's much better cryptocurrencies to get into. If you are into Tron already, I think it'll do okay. I don't think it's going to be this huge thing. Okay. The only reason that it's been having some pumps lately, it's been kind of following the trend, the thing that everybody else is doing, which is getting it into the news cycle, and people, Tron's doing something, and people, money goes where attention is, right? So, uh, I don't think that's going to be sustainable for a long period of time. Okay, thank you for that question. Trading. Okay. New job in trading. It's a no. Depends if you're new to it, then it might not be. If it's trading, if you don't have the skills for it, can be very, very taxing emotionally, physically, and all that sort of thing. We got a advertisement here about casting out demons. Bye. Get your own channel. But yeah, I think it may not be the perfect match for you going forward. I think there's going to be something else that's going to be coming up around the bend for you. That's going to be much, much better for you. Okay. Thank you for that. And hopefully that helps you. This is on my Facebook page. Learn to cast out demons. Now it's gone. We casted out those Facebook people. Vanish. The wife went hocus pocus and they went away.
Hocus pocus. Now I lost my spot.
Now she lost her spot.
Okay, found it.
Found it? Okay. Any opinion on Okinawa? Oh yes, that's that cryptocurrency that I saw in my list of things to cover. It will do 10 times this year. Okay, that's a yes, no question. Will it 10 times itself this year? Okay. So it seems to be a yes. I don't know much about this particular cryptocurrency, and I'm assuming that it's a cryptocurrency. I think it's going to do rather well. So, anyone wanted to put a little money in on that, not financial advice, might be a good idea. But you do what you want to do. Okay? Wink, wink. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for that. Brad Hall, hello. Polivera is the new leader of the Conservative Party. Is he the next prime minister? Do you see an election coming up anytime soon? I do see him as the new leader of Canada. I don't think it's going to be. We gotta have to put up with Mr. Trudeau for a little bit longer in the normal amount of time. Unfortunately, he hasn't done enough stupid things trigger a new election yet. So unless he does it himself, which he won't, because he knows he would fail if he did at this moment in time. So it would have to be forced upon him to do so at this moment in time, because they have a strong leader in Pierre Poilievre. So probably in the normal time period, which is another year and a bit. So we gotta hold our noses for the next little while and hope for the best. But I believe he's going to be the next leader of Canada. Okay, thank you for that. Will the market cap reach 7 trillion in 2023? And I'm assuming that's the crypto market. It will, but then it's going to drop again. And then it's going to go up again and down again. 2023, 2022 period is going to be all over the road for the market cap of all of crypto. Okay. Don't be alarmed when it goes up and down and all that. It has to go through its growth pains at the moment. It'll be fine. It's just, it will get there, and then it's going to as we go more and more into the cryptocurrency market. Okay, thank you for that. What will happen when all money of the Catholic Church is back in the Vatican Bank by September 30th? I'm sure that it will be safe. It is an indicator that something is up in the world, where all the Vatican Bank system is calling for to have their money put into the Vatican, which is backed by gold, by the way. So this is a pretty good indicator of what's going to be happening to the rest of us that aren't part of the Vatican banking system. Okay, so they're getting ready for the inevitable collapse of the US dollar, Canadian dollar, and anything that's on that fiat system. Have some cash on hand, get some gold, silver, some cryptos like the ones down here to keep yourself safe and all that sort of thing. It's a pretty good indicator when the Vatican's doing that. What's going to be happening very, very soon. Okay, thank you for that question.
That's the last question.
That's the last question. Oh, Super Whittle guy. Ooh, I want to be a Ghostbuster. Did I get an ad for that too? I do know Ghostbuster. Well, it's not ghost busting, okay, or demon busting. I do know a lady here in Winnipeg that does that professionally. It's what is it called?
House clearing?
House clearing. Okay. And it's not banishing them, because that just pisses off ghosts and spirits. It's about helping them cross the line. A lot of times ghosts don't know that they're dead. Okay. Okay. So what she does, my good friend Sue, she'll talk to them, go, "Psst, you're dead. You can go over." Or there's some unresolved issue that they have to go through that needs to be resolved. So you ask them, what's up? Okay. Oh, I want to tell somebody this, or this is the situation that could you please solve that for me? And once you start to do that for them or complete it, then they go, oh, thank you. And then they transcend to the other side. So it's not Ghostbusters like you see in the movies. It's aiding them. Okay. Ghosts are not normally bad. Okay. They may be angry or grumpy, but they're never evil. Okay. So there's that. You learned a little something about ghosts today. Okay. If you like to, just a reminder, we do lives here. You never know what you're going to get in the show every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. If you like to have a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyhonor.com, where all that information is there. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way through all this craziness that we're going on around the globe, make sure you go to our website, where we have the link to our affiliate link to the Trezor affiliate program, where we make a little bit of money if you should happen to buy one from there. Any other announcements?
Yep.
No. Okay. Until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.